I'm Rob, and Alex isn't here. Why? Because I'm not in the United States. I'm actually in Austria. Yeah, sad to say, there won't be a podcast this week. Another one next week either. It's my fault, not Alex's, although I prefer to blame her. The reason being, I got married on June 20th, and since have been in Austria. It's going to be a few days now. Then we go to Germany, my sweet Aubrey, who is currently relaxing, reading a book, as she does. I should probably get her some tea instead of talking to you, but I wanted to be honest and let you know there's no alternate podcast, again, the next 2 weeks. But again, it's Alex's fault, because I'm on vacation, on a honeymoon. She could do a program, but, she'd rather do whatever it is that she does. Rollerblades, works out, does CrossFit, goes to the beach, works, all the things that matter less than this podcast. But that's just one man's opinion, and she's not here to defend herself, so I could say pretty much anything. But I wanted to let you know that I'm talking to you from Austria on a honeymoon. Yeah, it's open. You could go to Europe now. Well, vaccinated or proof of negative COVID test, things like that. But anyway, if you're planning on going on vacation or your own honeymoon, I recommend Austria. It is beautiful. And we went through Germany to get to Austria, and so far that was beautiful. Can't wait to drink the beer there as well. Whew, the Hefeweizen, I'm probably saying it wrong. So good here in Austria. As well as the schnitzel and a lot of other things. Great place. I should probably post maybe on our Instagram, @alternatepodcast, a picture of my newly wedded wife and I. She's beautiful. How I got her, probably my charming personality. Alex would agree, obviously. Again, not here to disagree, so that's obviously what she would think. But anyway, I figured I'd just give an update. Maybe I'll update later. If you were curious, what is it that Aubrey and I have done already? Oh, we went to Jägersee, and I'm probably just ruining the names here. Aubrey, who on some app, I can't remember what it's called, Duolingo, if you're wanting to learn a language, seems to be fluent in German already, although her being an English teacher, she learns things a lot quicker than me, but she had been studying months before our wedding, and she seems to have a good grasp on it. She is able to at least read the signs and get a grasp on what people are talking about. She's not actually fluent, but compared to me, who probably said Jägersee or Schnitzel or Hefeweizen incorrectly, we are enjoying the area, and she's helping us get around and at least ask questions. And get answers and get the delicious foods and the right drinks and get to the right hotel. So, what have we seen? Yes, Jägersee is definitely a place to go. Beautiful lake up in the mountains. We're close to the Alps, or in the Alps actually, and going on beautiful hikes, seeing waterfalls, eating delicious food. Today we go to the Eagle's Nest, the one that is rumored was a beautiful fortress on top of a mountain on the edge of Germany, right before Austria, on the southeast side. I believe that's right. Actually wasn't a gift to Adolf Hitler by his men in the Third Reich, but it nevertheless was a fortress for him to get away. And now it's a tourist attraction, a restaurant, not destroyed because it's a piece of history that no one should forget. And we're going to check that out today. I'm pretty excited about that, as I and Aubrey are lovers of history. And as you may or may not know, Austria and, of course, Germany are full of it, as everywhere is. And so we get to check that out. Yeah, pretty excited. And we'll see many. We went to Hallstatt yesterday, where there's a salt mine. One of the oldest, or in fact the oldest salt mine in the world, and that was very interesting. We actually got to hike through the mine. That was a lot of fun, and also tiring. A little cold, obviously, for Aubrey, not myself, because I'm tough like that. But it was definitely fun. Got to hike down a mine, get to learn the history, learn how salt comes into the mountain, but Hallstatt itself, beautiful on the edge of a lake. A little village. I'd recommend checking that out, going there if you're going to Austria. And So again, the Eagle's Nest today, and I'm so sorry. I'd tell you exactly what town we're in now, where our hotel is, but I honestly, it's called Alpenland Sport Hotel. If you look that up in Austria, you'll probably find the name of the town. I want to say it's St. Johann. I don't know if it's St. Johannberg, but it's south of... What is it south of? This is why I'm not a history teacher or a geography teacher. And my mind is blank of the capital city in Austria that we are south of. And that is terribly sad, as I'm actually looking around for a piece of paper. I should probably just look, and it'll come to me. Salzburg. There we are, Salzburg. And we'll be going to Salzburg, which on Friday we'll go there. And that is where Mozart did lots of his work. I'm not quite sure if that's where he was born, but I know he lived there, did a lot of his art. And so we're going to, on Friday, have a dinner and a show based off his music. So I guess it's a concert rather than a show. And Alex, if she ends up listening to this, will probably go crazy with all the mispronunciations and saying art instead of concert or music or orchestra. Who knows? Alex is one of those book learners, smart people like Aubrey is. But I don't fault them for that. No one's perfect. Anyway, we will get to have a dinner and a show honoring Mozart on Friday. That will be a lot of fun. And Salzburg has a lot more history that I was talking about earlier that we will get to check out and walk around the town. That's going to be pretty cool. I know that this podcast has nothing to do with movies, but I did have a thought because Aubrey and I were, as we're traveling, we have saved, either from Netflix or HBO Max because, you can't always have Wi-Fi, especially not on a plane. So we downloaded Terminal with Tom Hanks. It's a good movie. We haven't watched it yet. But as I remember, I don't think I really care for that ending. So I may talk to Alex about doing that one next. Although we did talk about doing Hancock with Will Smith. Already watched that, just didn't get a chance to record it because all the wedding madness. Again, Alex's fault. She was one of the bridesmaids, by the way. So clearly her fault we didn't get a chance to record that. So Hancock with Will Smith. But yeah, I'm thinking Terminal. I don't know what you think about Terminal with Tom Hanks. It was a very sweet movie. Some parts kind of sad. And I kind of think that the ending does have a nice ending to it, but still a sad element. And I wish some things would have changed. So again, I might talk to Alex. What do you think? Is Terminal one that should have been changed? Get on Alternate Podcast and DM us. We do have email. Sometimes people email us. It's alternatepodcast@gmail.com. But appreciate the people, slowly. We see a lot of people listen to Alternate Podcasts, which is really cool, and from all around the world. I've actually seen in Germany and Austria, so maybe I'll walk around, and if they follow us on Instagram as well, they'll be like, oh, well, that's Rob. Probably not, though. But you never know. Maybe a German or Austrian will be in Orange County, California, and see Alex and want her autograph. Anyway, if you've been listening for a long time, appreciate you following us on Instagram. We have a lot more people that listen than follow on Instagram. But from there, we like to be in touch with our listeners. Like to know who our listeners are. So it's cool if you actually follow us on Instagram, again, at Alternate Podcast. And I guess I should probably post a picture of my bride and I at our wedding. That's proof that that's why we're not, and maybe a picture of us in Austria, again, as a proof that that's why there's not an episode right now. Again, Alex's fault for not recording even though we're gone. Actually, yeah, I think I'll post a picture of us on our wedding day along with a picture of Jägersee, which is beautiful. And maybe I'll wait a day to do that so that I can also take a picture of us at the Eagle's Nest, Hitler's Eagle's Nest. Yeah, I'll do that. So, what is today? I don't know. It's the last day in June. So, July 1st. I'll post on Instagram at Alternate Podcast a few pictures of our wedding and also the honeymoon if you care. But yeah, thanks for following us and thanks for listening to Alternate Podcast. There was plenty more to come, as Alex and I love doing this podcast and appreciate everyone who listens and follow us on Instagram and chimes in on what movie you'd like us to talk about next. And Alex loves to hate movies. No, she loves movies so much. But it's fun to do this podcast, so appreciate you being a part of that. So, until a couple weeks from now, and I get back from my honeymoon, and Alex and I start recording more podcasts, I'll say Auf Wiedersehen.